The Redcat Ascent 18 is one of the best performing RTR mini crawlers on the market right now. At $119, the performance per dollar that you get out of this thing is mighty impressive. But like any RTR, there's always room for improvement. So in this video, I'm going to give you my first 5 mods for the Redcat Ascent 18. Plus, I'm going to give you some bonus content at the end too. I just picked up this brand new pink sweetheart for this video, so why don't we kick this off and do some baseline course runs with the Bone Stock Ascent 18, and then we'll get into the mods. On the course with the Bone Stock Ascent 18. I don't know why I felt so compelled to buy this pink model, but for some reason I just loved it and had to have it. So this is what we're using for our video today. We'll do our normal challenge lines on the indoor course to set a baseline, and then we'll do this again at the end of the video with the new mods on it to see how they improve the performance. I almost forget how good this truck is right out of the box. It's mighty impressive. Crazy that just for 120 bucks. Oh man, crushing already. It's got that whiny ESC. I don't know if that translates on camera, but it's almost like a dog whistle whine that comes from the ESC on this thing. Coming down into Mini Moab now. We're going to hit our typical challenge lines, starting with the escalator. That's the wheel speed out of this in stock trim. Tires are decent on this out of the box too. We'll see if they can grip, get us up the escalator. Oh, I think it's gonna do it. It is. Let's come across the chute, try some side hill. Lift in there a little bit. I think we're gonna make it clean though. Oh yeah. And Hell's Gate. I might be in trouble here. Oh no. I don't remember if this made it up Hell's Gate in my initial test. Oh, one more time. We do 3 tries on the obstacles. Last one here. I'm rooting for this thing, but at the same time I don't want to make it because I want us to have a target with the mods. I think we're stuck here. I'm going to get high centered there. There's no way I'm going to recover. Oh, okay, made it up the escalator clean, could not do Hell's Gate, so that's a good benchmark for us. If we can put our mods on, conquer Hell's Gate, that's our target. But still, a mighty impressive truck right out of the box, this thing. And we'll see, with just a handful of mods and not a lot of money, we'll get crazy performance out of this. Alright, now that we've got a good baseline run with the Redcat Ascent 18 in stock form, let's kick it off with the modifications. Now I'm going to go through these in order. 1 being what I would recommend first, 5 and the bonus ones being ones that you would get to towards the end. So with that said, let's check out mod number 1. Mod number 1, my first recommendation that you do to the Redcat Ascent 18 is to upgrade your plastic stock links to metal ones. Stock suspension linkage on the Redcat Ascent 18, I've found, and what I've observed from others, is a weak point on these. When I did my initial test on this when I first got it, after a very light fall, I snapped one of the rear links. So the first thing I'm going to recommend is grab yourself some metal links. Now the aftermarket is pretty saturated with components for this thing, but I grabbed the Endura stainless steel links. These have the adjustable rod ends, and the pivot hardware does not require the O-rings, so assembly is a little bit easier on these. And also for about 20 bucks, you get the full set of suspension links, and you get a metal steering linkage set as well. So this is big bang for the buck. And the last thing you want to do is, with your brand new truck, take a light spill, break a link, and be stuck on the trail not being able to use it. So that's why I recommend upgrading to metal links right off the bat. Here we are with our stainless steel linkage installed, much better, much more solid, and these are the high clearance links. See, they have the bend in these on the axle side. So when you're going up over an obstacle, it's going to give you a little more clearance there with your linkage. And now that they're metal, we've got more peace of mind here that we're not going to snap them. Did not install the steering linkage yet. That's because we're going to overhaul the steering in tip number 2. Moving on to mod number 2 that I recommend is to replace your steering servo. This was another part on the Redcat Ascent 18 that failed very quickly for me personally. So it's a good idea to replace this before it leaves you stranded on the trail or the rocks. What's a little tricky with the Redcat Ascent 18 servo upgrade is how the servo is mounted. So the stock servo mount, if you can see this, the ears of the servo slot down into the mount. So you've got to find something that has ears thin enough to fit into the stock tray. I found out by trial and error that the Little Guy Racing Parts Tremor servo works. There's also the new Torque servo from Direct Hobby, that's an option. But let's try some budget options too. So here I've got the Endura 7 kilogram servo, and I've got an Eco Power servo. We're going to give these a try just for some budget friendly options. Ultimately, I'm going to put the Tremor in here. Alright, with the stock servo out, let's see what we got for options here. Let's try the Endura 7 kilogram first. So that one is a no. That will not fit. The ears are too wide to fit into the stock servo tray. How about the Eco Power? Eco Power also a no. Ears are too big on that one. Wish I had an Emax I could try. I bet an Emax would fit. Nonetheless, let's go with the Tremor because I know this one will fit. Okay, here we are with the Little Guy Racing Parts Tremor servo installed, no problem. Also put the stainless steel steering linkage on there. We are good to go. This is also a good upgrade because if you want to do an ESC upgrade, you'll be able to run 8.4 volts to this thing and get some major speed and power out of it. But now we're good. We know our steering isn't going to fail. We've got nice tight metal links up here and strong steering. We're good to go for our next upgrades. Upgrade number 3, this is going to be our first performance focus mod. The other two were kind of preventative measures. This one's going to be our first step towards performance upgrades, and that is going to be wheels and tires. Typically wheels and tires are my first upgrade, but good traction isn't going to do anything for you if you're stuck on the trail with broken links or a busted servo. So that's why I recommend those two first, but now we're going to get into the performance focused upgrades, starting with the wheels and tires. So the stock tires on the Ascent 18 are pretty decent for an RTR. They've got a nice compound. They're pretty grippy, but they're still pretty stiff. So you're not going to get the same conformity around obstacles that you're going to get with aftermarket tires here. Plus they're glued onto the wheels, which means if you want to change wheels and or tires in the future, it's going to be really difficult. So that's why I recommend swapping these out. You can get a good set of beadlock wheels on here and some upgraded tires. Now my favorite combo at the moment is the Little Guy Racing Parts Black Label tires. The Ascent 18 has plenty of clearance in these wheel wells with the portal axles and things to clear these big 63-ish millimeter tires. Now I'm pairing these with the Little Guy Racing Parts white Cyclone wheels. I just think the white pops so well on the bright colors of the Ascent. I want to stick with the white theme on mine. Certainly an unlimited amount of choices of wheels that you have out there. I would just recommend you go with a beadlock wheel, something that's going to allow you to swap out tires as you see fit and also run a nice soft compound and variable inserts in here without having to worry about them coming off the wheel. Speaking of inserts, we're going to be running one of two Endura silicone inserts. Now I really like these for about 11 bucks. They're great performance upgrades. Since the relatively stock Ascent 18 is fairly light, I'm going to go with the super soft compound. If you're going to add a bunch of weight, you could go the next step up with the green, a little more of a firmer feel to these ones. But for this truck, we're going to go with the yellow inserts. There, look at that. Great looking set of wheels and tires here. I actually robbed these off of my blue built Ascent 18. I got to order a replacement set for those. But this is my favorite combo here. Retains the stock stance and overall appearance, but it's going to give you nice planted heavy wheels down low, super soft, grippy, capable tires with that silicone insert's going to give you the sidewall strength, but still allow for that conformity on the lugs where you want it. This is a great combo here. Moving right along to upgrade number 4, we need to add some unsprung weight to this thing. We got some brass goodies we're going to put on here. When I say unsprung weight, you want the brass, the heavy metal parts that you're going to put on here to be underneath the shocks, nice and down low. So we've got the brass differential cover from Redcat, and we've got the Mias Racing front portal covers. We've got the outer portal covers, and we've got the inner knuckle portion as well. Nice and heavy black brass components here. These are going to be a big performance upgrade. Okay, here we are with our nice heavy brass upgrades up front. This is a super slick upgrade. These Mias parts fit perfectly. Great looking hardware. Outer covers, inner knuckles here. Also gets rid of the Phillips head hardware. Just a very nice setup here. Put the Redcat heavy brass diff on the front. This should give us a whole bunch of nice unsprung weight right up front, down low, right where we want it. This is a great upgrade. Getting down to the end now, upgrade number 5. It's going to be a gear reduction transmission. Now when Redcat released the Ascent 18 and I got some time on it before the release, I begged and pleaded them to release gear sets that were a lower range. Stock gearing in this transmission is just too high, I feel, to get that really nice slow crawl in it. And while Redcat now offers steel transmission gears to replace the composite ones, Endura has come to the rescue with this transmission with the gear reduction included. This is an all aluminum housing with metal gears and a gear reduction already built into it. So let's pop this transmission in and see how it does. A tiny bit of grease in there. We want to make sure that that's greased up properly. This does come with bearings in it. This is the 24:1 ratio. This is about a 45% gear reduction. Our cow RC, utter butter, and grease this thing up. Okay, with the gear reduction transmission in here, let's give this a whirl. Oh, that's so much better. That's it right there. Huge, huge, huge improvement. This is my first time with this transmission. I'm so glad I got it. I'm going to get this for my other Ascent 18 too. Alright my friends, those were my first 5 mods for the Redcat Ascent 18, but I'm going to give you a couple bonus mods here. These aren't necessarily in the first 5 that I would recommend, but while you're in there with your build, it doesn't hurt to throw these in. So let's check out bonus tip number 1. Bonus upgrade. While you're in there doing some of these upgrades, I would recommend doing the underdrive overdrive combo from Redcat here. This is going to overdrive your front axles, underdrive your rear. The combination is going to give you a 20% overdrive in the front, which means that your front tires are going to spin 20% faster than the rear. Overdrive gives you improved turning radius, slightly improved uphill climbing ability. This is a relatively inexpensive upgrade, and I recommend doing it while you're in there because the benefits are noticeable, and if you've got the thing apart to put the portal covers on, it's worth it to throw these things in there. So we're going to do the demonstration here with the underdrive and overdrive combo in here. So the tape on the wheels denotes where they are in stationary position. Now watch what happens when we hit the throttle. You can see how much faster the front tires are spinning versus the rear. That's that overdrive at work. One more bonus tip for you guys, and that has to do with motors. So I found out right off the bat with the Redcat Ascent 18 that the TRX 4M motors will fit. So if you're looking for an inexpensive brushed motor upgrade, grab any of the aftermarket TRX 4M motors and they will bolt right up to your stock transmission. You can also use the new brushless systems from Endura and or FuryTech. Anything that's for the TRX 4M will fit the Redcat Ascent 18. This one, since I don't want to upgrade the ESC just yet, I'm going to put a new brushed motor in here. Alright my friends, moment of truth. Now we're going to go hit the course now that we've installed all of our upgrades to see how good this thing does now. I'm excited for this. I've got high hopes for this truck. So let's hit the course and see how it does. Okay, here we go. We did pretty good the first time around. Weren't able to do Hell's Gates. Now let's see. I'm so impressed with the slow crawl of this. Driving impressions already hugely improved. Those tires conforming, doing their thing. Get a little more noise with the metal geared transmission. Not bad though. Gosh, with this combo with the low range transmission and the tires and wheels, I'm able to just stick it, point and go wherever I want this thing to go. Remember, I got some understeer and pushed across the canyon last time a little bit. Not terrible, but noticeable. Not with this thing now. Coming into the challenge lines. First line of Mini Moab. Nice and smooth up the escalator. Come across the chute. We did pretty good last time. Again, just trying, we're more planted this time around. Looking real solid there. Here's the true test, Hell's Gate. Can we make it up? No problem. Easily conquering Hell's Gate, the last challenge line of the course. No problem whatsoever. And the drivability of this thing has improved tenfold. I'm telling you, this thing is just so much easier to control. The gear reduction, I think, may have been the most impactful thing that we did, but now I know that I've got the metal links, I've got the reliable servo, all of this comes together and made this truck all that much more better. Great to start with, great RTR out of the box, but now we've really upped the performance and the reliability factor. This thing's going to be a line killer now. Excellent. Very impressive. Alright my friends, that's going to do it for the old Pink Panther here, the new Redcat Ascent 18. Those were my first 5 mods, plus a couple bonus tips for you guys. As you can see from the run footage, we made drastic improvements. Not only did we improve the drivability and the reliability of this truck, we shifted the weight towards the front, changing the 50-50 weight bias stock to 55-45, not quite the 60-40 that we aim for, but we got close. So while the combination of all these modifications together does make a dramatic difference, you don't have to do them all at once. You can certainly do them iterative over a period of time, but however you choose to do it, these will definitely make your Redcat Ascent a better performer and should save you from some headaches and breakage on the trail. I'll put the link in the description down below for all the modifications and parts that we used in today's video. And guys, let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the Redcat Ascent 18 upgrades? Do you agree with my top 5? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.